Hi, thank you for joining me. EFT tapping is a powerful tool. However, most people have many layers of energy that can take a lot of repetition to clear it all. So I like to use multiple tools to clear all of the energy layers that a lot of people can have. I learned how to do these energy clearing statements from an intuitive life coach by the name of Christy Marie Sheldon. First, what we have to do is connect to the light. After we connect to the light, we do the energy statements, and all you have to do is agree with the energy statements. You can also say the words out loud if it helps you to agree with it more firmly, or if it helps you to make it more real to you. So all you have to do is say clear or delete and transmute it. You can just repeat some of those words with me, and then that'll give it more emphasis to it too. So you agree with the statements more strongly, and it'll help you clear it a little bit better. Otherwise, it's okay to just do it silently in your head as well. That's fine too. So you can listen to this multiple times, and in fact, you're encouraged to do so because it clears more layers. A lot of people have very, very deep layers of energy, and it takes multiple things and multiple times to clear all of the energy. So even the EFT, even the EFT tapping can take multiple times to clear some of the layers, but I like to do multiple modalities, multiple techniques, so that it's not just the EFT tapping, but also I do other types of things like these energy statements, which helps to clear more and more of those layers, which often run very deep. So, so feel free to listen to this as many times as you need to. So let's connect to the light. This is what you do when you connect to the light. And it's good to connect to the light as many times throughout the day, as much as possible, to the point where you're actually always connected to the light all throughout the day. And that's a very, very good thing. So as much as possible, connect to the light as many times as possible throughout the day. But especially when doing these energy clearing statements, because these energy clearing statements work a lot better when you are expanded in your energy field and you are completely connected and supported by the light. So let's connect to the light right now. Just look up and see, feel, or perceive the light that is 200 feet above. You know, most people perceive it at that place. 200 feet up in the sky. Just, you know, kind of roll your eyes up and look up, and some people see it, some people feel it, you can just perceive it. Just like you say, I perceive my computer right now. I perceive my desk. You perceive it. You know that it's there. You sense it. You feel it. You see it. So connect to this light 200 feet up in the sky. Then you bring the light down all through your body and down to the middle of the earth, where there is also kind of like a sun, like a ooey gooey middle, warm and fuzzy, loving light in the middle of the earth. Connect to that. And then you bring up that light up to you, to the middle of your heart, and just up to your body. And then you radiate this light, radiate this energy, this consciousness. You radiate this light 360 degrees around you, and you keep pushing it out, spreading it out further and further and further and further until you get all the way out to the whole planet Earth. So you're an infinite being, pure consciousness. So there is no edges around you, really. You are consciousness. There's no edges around you. But just bring your consciousness, perceive it out to the outside of planet Earth. You can go as far out as you want. But for these purposes, that's about all we need. Just be expanded. The more expanded you are and stay, the easier it is to clear your energy. All of the negative energies that you want to clear, it's going to be so much easier to do so. Okay, so very good. Now that you're connected to the light, it'll be easier to clear all the energies, and now we can start saying these energy statements. Okay, let's start the energy clearing statements. Everywhere you feel afraid to shine, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything connected to your mother and your mother's bloodline that makes you feel afraid to shine, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything connected to your father and your father's bloodline that makes you feel afraid to shine, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything in your life that was a negatively perceived consequence as a result of shining, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything that created you being crushed down as a result of shining, wanting to shine, or striving to excel in any way, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything that created your fear of excelling in life and putting your best forward, your best energy forward, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Every thought, image, fear, or belief associated with excelling in life and shining at your best that is limiting you in any way, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everything associated with your family creating your fear of shining, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere your family made you feel you couldn't be better than them, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere anyone in your life made you feel you can't be more successful than them, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere in your life you experienced unpleasant experiences when you got success in any way, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere you feel threatened if you shine too much or get too successful, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere you believe in the tall poppy syndrome, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Everywhere your belief that something bad will happen if you get too successful is holding you back in life, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Every reason why you would hold back in shining to your fullest potential, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take? Okay, so now we're going to do the what would it take statements, which basically opens up the door to manifestation, and it also, they're like affirmations as well. Okay, so all you have to do is agree with the statements, that's all. What would it take to shine to your fullest potential? Everything in the way of that, uncreated, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to feel safe, shining? Everything in the way of that, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to feel safe, knowing that the universe is benevolent and wants your highest success? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to know that the universe is abundant and there is no lack of anything, so you can shine as much as you are capable of shining, and it will never take anything from anyone else? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimension. What would it take to feel safe in the limelight? Everything in the way of that, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Excuse me. What would it take to excel in all ways in life? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to achieve success in all ways? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to not care what people say, think, or judge about you so you can go out there and put your best forward no matter what the results or consequences are? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to release all fears of judgment or criticism? Everything in the way of that, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Excuse me. What would it take to clear and transmute all instances in your life where you experienced something negative as a result of shining at your very best? Everything in the way of that, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to value your best self, your gifts, your skills, and abilities more than you value other people's opinions? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to release, clear, and transmute everything creating self-sabotage in your life? Everything in the way of that, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. What would it take to know that you are safe being your ultimate you and shining to your fullest capacity? Everything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and transmute it across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Okay, good job.